I'll think of her name in a minute. Her name is everywhere, we know. Yeah. No, a good lady, nice. If we used to get, but if you notice, when we would be on the stage, we would get right behind her to make sure that ain't nobody gonna get to her. You know what I mean? The point is, all those people that did everything that they was doing it for one reason. They was doing it for money, for recognition. You take Nihad and all those guys, all those people that have all those organizations. They have satellites with 25 spots. I don't know. Last time I heard it was 28. I know ain't nobody got that many, but they might. And they're scared with all of them people, right? So our job is a job that other people may not like, but it's the best job you can have here in America. Okay. And so that's the thing, the ability to recognize and realize who you are, where you are, and what are the environmental circumstances, right? And to hold on to those, if those principles are right, hold on to them no matter what other people are doing. And it'll be necessary because, see, during this process, a lot of times, if you're in it for notoriety and what have you, all those people that are liars are going to have all the mic. They're going to get it. They're going to get the mic. And they're going to get the mic, and if you fall for it, that means you will change some of your goals and aspirations to get the mic. That's why the first thing you say is, you want the mic? Here it is. That way, right? Everybody will know. They may not like where you're coming from, but they'll know they're not about the mic. You see what I mean? And their behavior. Now, I want you to try to visualize over the last decades where those people are and where we are. What they've dealt with and what we've dealt with. And how we've dealt with it, too. That's important. Remember, let's say if they've been bootlicking and all of that and stealing money and getting paid on the side, that's okay. We haven't been doing that. And I want you to remember, too, in the old days, all of our allies, especially visible allies, they began to recede. Because let's say the good brothers in that genre, they headed back home. And the ones that aren't any good, a few of them are going to hang around behind because they're going to leave contacts behind. But you look and you'll see that the ones, let's say from the 90s on up into this period, remember we gave 1990 was the first to know what that is. Today, it's the manifestation of defects, but it's also the manifestations of reality. Over a long period of time, who have stuck. Remember, 95% of ability is stickability. So we have stuck to what we've been talking about all of these times. And no matter what happens, that's the main, because when they want to change you, or they're going to make all them people famous, and you're not going to be famous. You may not get but 1 or 2 phone calls a month or a year sometime. And they phone ringing all off the hook. We just have a big note thing. Our phone rung all day long. It don't ring hardly none now. It's fine. It doesn't make any difference, right? Because that's not what we was working on, and that's not what we've been about. The other thing is time, longevity. Eventually, those people are going to wear out. And all of those big shakes and everything that they have, remember what they said when they was out the ocean. We need fresh water, lower your bucket. Right where the niggas around there. Lower your bucket right where you are. You got fresh water all around you, just didn't know it. Because you couldn't see, that you so far out in the ocean, you can't even see the shore. But all that water from the Amazon is fresh, right? That means that we don't have to see the shoreline. All we have to do is know the rules, the regulations, and the guidelines of history and reality. And that's how we can make predictions about everything, because we know the cycles. These are cycles. And you want a little extra stuff? Read the Quran, read Hadith, study all of that. It has the cycles. So if you predict along those cycles, you can't be wrong, because those are cycles. God and hooked it up, and that's the cycles. You don't have to have no brains. All you got to do is have enough belief to get out and say that when nobody else will. And in time, they'll be receding, and you'll be out front, if that's where you want to be. Okay. So, suicide watch. If you look at America, if you look at Zionists, you look at everybody on those teams, they're on a suicide watch. You got to grab them. Hey, man, don't cut your throat. Right? They're on a suicide watch. We got to watch them and protect them from killing themselves. And what we have to do, America is on a suicide. It don't make no difference. Just look at anything. Right, yeah, they go ballistic. The post office, I'm scared to go to the post office now.
Well, that's what I would call it.
Right.
Because they're going to take people with them.
Yeah.
They're going to make sure they take other people out. Active shooter, that's the term.
Active shooter.
Active shooter. That's what American Zionists are.
Look, it no make no bit. If you could walk it backwards, you could say from the last couple of days, the brothers that dug their way out of the penitentiary, maximum security with a spoon. That haven't happened since Alcatraz. Last time was 1963. That's the last time that happened. On Alcatraz, they dug their way out with a spoon. Okay. With spoons. Out of a Zionist prison, not an American prison. See, in American penitentiary, they got certain rules that they gotta stick. You gotta get so much fresh air a day. Boy, but they mean about it. I have a picture of Imam Jamil in one of them pens. I saw him out at Lorton. You got your cell, and they got everything in there, the shower, and then they got this heavy, they call it wire, but it's not wire, it's metal. It's got holes in it where you can get sunshine. That's at the end of your cell. So when they open that, you can walk out and get some sunshine. Because the law says you have to get so much sunshine. These people are so cruel that it's unbelievable. You're just in another cell is right out there, and you're going to walk out there. So, this is cruelty. See, in the old days, they had the old days. They had different, in penology, I didn't mean to get on this subject, but in penology, they had the old days. I mean, those were the days where you got treated out, oh boy, in prison, in jails, and debtors' prisons, and all of that stuff. In desert islands and dry Torrey, they had penitentiaries, boy, that make your head swim. I'm telling you, that's really. Then they had in the 30s, the 40s, and the 50s, they had prison reform. Now they're not prisons, they're correctional. When I start going through in the 50s, they were calling things correctional facilities. And all we need is to provide the environment, and bad people can be corrected. And so that old time beating and whips and all of that was set aside. And those were only, they would come out, you might get your behind whooped real bad, but it wasn't legal. You know what I mean? And they had to give you certain things. Like you see in these old prison movies, they put you in a cell and water you down, you know what I mean? And you stay in there naked. Well, they did have, we call them strip cells. It didn't have a toilet. It had a hole in the floor. And they had they had cell here, then they had a place, six. There was a space, it would be about this size. And that was another door. They could come in that door. And so if you had all the cells up in the front was what they was calling isolation and segregation. They had 3 or 4 strip cells in the back. And your dear brother would some kind of way wound up in a strip cell. And I had a homeboy, good God Almighty, Herman Brown. Me and Herman Brown, he was the same age, but I don't know how he did it. When the police would feed him, they'd have a big ping pong paddle, a paddle on a big stick, and the police would have a raincoat on. And when they came in front of his cell, they would slide it around and slip the food in like that through the little slot. Okay. But I was civilized. So, I just act up and, I do my time. Of course, now, in those strip cells, you were butt naked. You didn't have clothes on, Yeah, but don't worry, they couldn't keep you in there but 29 days. They couldn't do that. 29 days. Then they were slick. They would bring you out after 29 days, before you get to 30. They might take you out and put you in the front and let you walk around for about 30 minutes, because now you're out of the strip cells and they put your behind back. That's the way they used to do Herman Brown. And I thought I was a mess up. I said, boy, you should really, because I wouldn't do the stuff he did. He'd throw feces on the police, stuff like that. That's why they wore a raincoat. And they fed him through them doors, they fed him with a paddle, a paddle with the plate on that, and they'd stick it in there, And I said, boy, look at here. This was my friend. I don't know what ever happened to him. We grew up together because we was in a little kiddie jail, a Frico Ranch School for Boys, and I think we was in Fred C. Nellis School for Boys. And that's where Fleeta Drungle and all of them. See, all the guys who was rebellious and you'd see them on the newspaper, we all grew up together. Bunchy Carter and all those guys that got killed up there at University, UCLA in '69. Everybody, see in California, everybody that came up during our period, we all went through the same basic thing. So we all knew each other. But I used to say, Herman, I used to say, boy, you guys, I used to shake my head. Of course, I wouldn't say stop doing that. I mean, I'd sound like a fool. But what I would be saying is, boy, that guy, he's really, and it wasn't bothering him like, you know what I mean? Like, this is bothering me, and he had his hair popped up. And I said, good God Almighty. Hey, man, but they had other people, Mr. Too Sweet. I don't want to talk about all this, but I might